what we set up is I set up kind of a project and task list, and when we enter in tasks in a task list, we assign it to each individual, but within our team there's only 5 or 6 that we would ever assign it to. So right now you have to type in the name and hit return to make sure it recognizes the name. I'm just wondering, is there any way in that assign to column to make it either a drop down or radio button so you can just select a team member, or does it always have to be that you type it in?
Hi, this is Laura. The assign to one is actually one of those built-in, kind of like out-of-the-box site columns. So typically, I'm trying to find it on my computer. So typically when you create a person or group field, it actually lets you, when you create the person or group, it has a choose from section. So if you just went to any list and chose to create a new column and chose person or group, it would have a choose from section that lets you pick a specific SharePoint group. That it will still be a people picker, but it will only allow to pick people from that one group. So that's how you can narrow it down. Now with the assign to, that's a built-in, that's going to be a site column for your whole site collection. So you could go modify the site column at the top level, but you probably wouldn't want to because that would apply it to every single site and list where that assign to is used. So you might have to create your own different people picker for that. Does that make sense?
So, yeah, and I think I've tried that where you set the choose from a SharePoint group, but you still have to type in the name. I guess I was just looking for an easy way out to just either have a drop down or people could just select it instead of having to type in the names each time.
That would, yeah, in that case you would just have to do a SharePoint list lookup or a choice, and then it wouldn't be connected to AD or anything. So.
Yeah, okay. So there really isn't a way to do that.
Well, yeah, no out-of-the-box way. There could be a jQuery way or something like that, but I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Laura, I'm sure there's a workflow way if you do have a drop-down choice column that based on the value that you select there, you can then update the value of the assigned to field, couldn't you?
I don't know.
So if there was a drop-down that said, here are your 5 names, you select this name, the workflow then says, okay, I'm going to update the assigned to column with this value. I don't know if you could do something like that in a workflow.
Yeah, you could. You could do that. So you could have, yeah, exactly. So create an extra field that's got the drop-down box of those people's names, and then the value of the drop-down box is going to be their domain name / login. And so the workflow would have to take the value of that drop-down field and copy it to the assigned to field each time an item is created or changed. And that would take care of that. But then you'd want to hide the assigned to field so they can't change it. You'd want them only to be able to change the drop-down. So you'd have to hide the assigned to from the form itself, but not necessarily from the column.
Thank you for listening to a highlighted segment of SharePoint ShopTalk. Join us live and ask your own questions every Thursday, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. You may also join our group on LinkedIn at SharePoint ShopTalk. That's our group name. And we hope that you can join us. We look forward to the continued sharing of SharePoint knowledge.